magical friends, and welcome back to hanging out here for a few minutes. And happy full moon season, or rather happy supermoon season. One more better, happy biggest supermoon of 2020 season. Oh man, okay. I open myself up to accept guidance on the journey of following my truth. I commit to my sacred practices daily. So let's jump into it. The full moon is arriving on April 7th, and it is a pink moon. So this full moon is called the pink moon due to its seasonal association with kind of the start of spring, where we start seeing flowers budding, and the color pink is often seen throughout nature. So that's why it's called the pink moon. And so this is the largest supermoon of 2020, and so what that means is it's going to be the closest to Earth that it will be all year. And if you look up at the moon and it looks like you can kind of touch it or grab it out of the sky, that's why, because it's extra close to Earth, so it appears so much closer to us and so magnificently large. Super full moons are just pure absolute magic. On average, supermoons are about 7% larger and 15% brighter than your typical full moon, which is really cool. So I talked about in my new moon video about how the moon is so powerful, and it controls the tides of the oceans, and we are made of such a large percentage of water. So if it's moving the largest mass of water on our planet, it's obviously going to have an impact on us little humans. So if you set any intentions during the new moon, which was a few weeks ago, then during this time of the full moon, and we will be able to feel the full moon's energy for about a week after it comes here in our plain sight view, which is April 7th. So you can feel the energies of the full moon for about a week after. So if you did set those intentions a few weeks ago during the new moon, you can see the full growth and kind of manifestation of that seed that you planted during the new moon, which is really cool. So I have my journal here with me. This is where I write every day or take notes on anything new that I'm learning, and I just want to read some of my new moon intentions that I believe are manifesting, just to kind of show you that this is real stuff. So one of them that I have is, I open myself up to accept guidance on the journey of following my truth. I commit to my sacred practices daily. And if you have been following along with my journey at all, first of all, thank you. That means so much to me. That's really amazing. And I hope that you have been able to relate to some of the content and things that I talk about, because that is my purest intention, is to help share things that resonate with others in hopes that we can help heal and grow ourselves in order to raise the consciousness of this universe and life that we have been so beautifully given. So the energy of this super pink full moon is really strong and can be felt in probably a multitude of different ways. This energy can either be really exciting and energizing for you, or it can be a little bit overwhelming, and you may be finding that you have been getting less sleep than you typically do, and that is due to the fact that consciousness is expanding. During this time, some people may also experience manic behavior and irrational fears or beliefs surfacing, and that is due to the hidden or shadow aspects of yourself or the environment of which you are living in, and it is being exposed and illuminated during this time, because if you have the chance to go out and look up at the moon, you will just see how brilliant and bright the moon is. I mean, that is one of my favorite things to do at night. Even last night, and the night before, I had been outside, and it's just so amazing to me. Like, when I look up at the moon, I see the moon reflect in it's like a shape. It's like a star shape that reflects around the moon, the way that the light beams go out from each side of the moon. It's really awesome. But so these irrational fears and beliefs from the hidden and shadow environment and self can possibly arise during this time, because everything is being illuminated during this time. Whether it's a shadow self or whether it's manifestation, there is light being shed on that experience. During this time of the full moon, self-judgment can also be expanded, or oversensitivity to judgment from others can also be expanded during this time. And it's important to always have compassion and empathy for ourselves during this. And honestly, at all parts of our lives, I believe that we should be having compassion and empathy. Like, if you're trying to stick to a habit and you fall off for a few days, like, that is completely okay. That is completely fine. Like, do what your body needs for that moment, and only you will truly know. Like, if there's a day where your body just wants to not get out of bed, that's completely fine, because it's your body probably trying to send you a message that it needs rest and restoration. Rick and Morty. So again, just to recap, the new moon is where we set our intentions, and the full moon is where we see the seed that we had planted during the moon, during new moon, come into fruition, and see that manifestation process before our own beautiful little eyes. And yeah, that's all I wanted to share here today. Happy